Who's the prize? The Most High will decide. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashim Hakadosh, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who grew well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. And the question is, who's the prize? And this, I don't just mean this because you know, a lot of women will get upset, you know, because, you know, number one, they can't take criticism. They don't hear all the time that we go and get on the man, which is what we spend 80-90% of our time doing. I don't just mean this in the man-woman context. I mean this in the racial context as well, okay? Because the Lord does choose nations. The Lord created races. He didn't create races in vain, okay? The Lord didn't do anything in vain. Okay, races exist for a reason because he has a favorite. He has a chosen people. Okay, and that's written all throughout the Bible. You can debate about that all you want, but the facts are the facts. Okay, the prize will be decided by who the Lord backs and supports. Now, what do the scriptures say about who will get backed and who will get supported? Okay, the Israelites would be supported. The Israelites would have a standard lifted up for them when their enemies come in like a flood. Okay. You can read about that in the book of Isaiah. All right, and who's going to be the prize over here in America? Who's the prize between the man and the woman? Well, obviously, the Most High deals with men. Okay, now I think the whole idea of the prize is kind of silly because the Most High clearly made us dependent on one another. All right, when you read about Adam and Eve in the garden, Adam was charged, okay, with dominion over all of the earth and the animals. Okay, he named all of the animals, he categorized them. Okay, and Eve was to be under him. But what do you have now? Women thinking that they're just as good as a man, they're on the side of a man. I can make decisions too. But when there's a crisis, okay, like we're getting ready to go into a major crisis, women are not going to take any responsibility. They're going to ask, what are they going to ask? Where are all the men? Okay, so if you're no good in a crisis, how on earth can you be the prize? See, women deceive themselves into being the prize in times of prosperity, when things are good, when they're in air conditioning, on Wi-Fi, talking shit. But the Lord is going to test men. The scriptures say, when he judges this place, even the men will become as women. Okay, that's how dire and crazy it's going to get out here, man. It's going to get violent. It's going to get brutal. Okay, and so we're starting to see the echoes of this in this whole EBT nonsense, which Trump has cut off the EBT. It's official, you know, November 1st. That's not coming through, and I believe it's December as well, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and so what do you have? A lot of women on the internet with no recourse. Okay, there's a lot of questions I heard the most. What am I supposed to do? That's the question I heard the most out of all of these videos and these different people giving their take. They're saying, what am I supposed to do? Or they're saying, I'm gonna just straight up steal. Okay? And see, the Lord is exposing you because what you were supposed to do is have a man. Okay? See, a corporation that you have so much respect for, that you get up every day and you work and you put in 40, 50 hours of overtime. You know, you ask to fall for the weekend, like, no. You know, you better be here on Saturday. And then y'all fall in line with your soft voice, okay? And give him a yes, sir. And guess what? You show up. You know? Because you respect a job, a faceless corporation, more than you have a man that's willing to die for you. And so what you're gonna find out is that was a really, 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 really bad investment. A horrible investment. Because although the man may not be making the money that you want him to make, he's emotionally invested into you for times like this, like calamity. Okay? The one woman I didn't hear complaining about the whole EBT food stamps thing were the women that had men. Okay? They had a loving man willing to work. Okay? Because a man is a hedge against danger. Okay? And this is why the scriptures say in Isaiah 13, a man will be more made precious than fine gold. What does that mean? Okay, how are you gonna make a man more precious than fine gold? Well, all hell's gonna be breaking loose. All right, And all you women that wanted your independence, okay? You wanted the conditions of independence. See, you don't really want to be independent. If you were really independent, you would be out there in the wilderness, man, thugging it out. That's true independence right there. But see, you don't want real independence. You want the benefits of independence. All right, you want to be able to do whatever you want, and then somebody else got to figure it out. Somebody else got to pay for it. This is why a lot of these people that got on food stamps, they have this, well, what do I get? And to hell with everybody else. That's why they're so comfortable sitting on food stamps for almost their entire adult life, taking money from the taxpayers and everybody, and they have no qualms about it. They're proud, man. You know? And so what do you think? What did you think was going to happen? You know? The scriptures not say the Lord hates pride. You know? The Lord deals with order, man. And if you're an out of order woman, you're going to be put in order. Okay? And if you can't be put in order, you're going to be put into the spirit world. It's just as plain as that. You know? And if you got an issue with it, take it up with the Most High, man. You know? Because we're just here to warn you, man. And whether you hear it or not, it's not up to us. All right? We're just the fire alarm. The fire alarm doesn't break down, you know, what's going on, where's the fire. No, we're just warning you. It's just an alarm to tell you something is going on. And it's up to you to wake your ass up, all right? Figure out what's going on. Is there smoke over here? Is there fire over there? And make the necessary moves accordingly so you don't get swept up into this. Because one thing is for certain, America will fall. There will no longer be an America. All you people that think voting is going to get you out of this, okay? That think we're just going through a rough patch, all right? That if men could just do that, or you know, you can get a second job, you know. You're sorely mistaken, man. You have no idea what's going on. You don't understand the scriptures, okay? And you know, above all of that, you're full of pride, man. Okay? The Lord cannot deal with that. You know? So all of these questions about, you know, like one of the questions are, you know, why aren't men approaching women? You know, why aren't men wanting to pay for dates even when they do approach? Why do they want to go 50-50 all of the time? Because what's happening is a symptom of a much larger and much darker occurrence, okay? And that is the collapse of America, okay? It started with the money. Now it's just rippling into the dating market between men and women, you see? But it's not the root cause. The root cause is that people don't have it, man. You see how much a house costs? You see how much deodorant costs in the stores? And see, women have had this attitude, well, just figure it out. Go get more money. Like there's a money tree outside, okay? Just make six figures. Just be X amount tall, you know? And so instead of focusing on things that could benefit you, like a man that's going to stick by you, you know, you focus on the superficial things. So what happens? You fall for the sweet words. You get lied to constantly, man. You get lied to by niggas with face tattoos that can't read, okay? A lot of them are carrying the gift that keeps on giving, and y'all just laying down with them, man, having babies by him even, okay? And then you turn around and make a pivot, and then you want a so-called good man to pick up the pieces, man. That is not happening. See, men have done something called checked out. Apathy is set in, okay? And once apathy sets in, there's no amount of name and shaming you can do. All of the name calling, you're sassy, or you must like women. They love to call you or question your manhood when you don't do whatever they want, you know? And there's a certain type of woman I'm talking about. And see, the women that know better, they don't get offended by these things because they already know what category that they fit in, okay? But it's all of you that are secretly guilty. You're thinking in the back of your head, you know, this guy, you know, he's hateful, he hates women. No, you should see how the Lord feels about you, man, okay? You should see how the Lord feels about you. And I'm with whatever the Most High is with, okay? Because a lot of you people do hateful things. And we will never know on this side the amount of wickedness a lot of you are up to. But the Most High knows, okay? When y'all start seeing these bodies dropping, people get horrifically judged, okay? You're going to wonder, why is the Lord being so hard? Because he knows, okay? He knows every single one of you. Even the words that you didn't speak, but you thought about it, the Lord recorded it, man. You see? The Lord waited for America to exist to build up a giant altar, okay? Because America is an example. When you read 2 Peter, about Sodom and Gomorrah, that it was to be an end sample of the ungodly, how they should live, how they shouldn't live. Okay, America is the next example of how not to do things. So he's allowed all of these comforts to get in an all-time high. You're addicted to convenience. You're addicted to what do you call it? Validation. Okay. You're addicted to attention. Okay. Obsessive. Okay. We'll spend hours a day putting on makeup, but can't spend 30 minutes in the gym. Okay. The Lord sees all of the hypocrisy. The Lord sees it. Okay. And see, men by and large, you know, they're going to drop in the highest numbers. Okay. Because a lot of what's causing these women to do this, because women are not the root cause of any problem. Women are always the symptom of the problem. Okay. What's going to happen is a lot of these men are going to die, man, because they've gotten weak. You got a bunch of simps. You can't just tell a woman to shut up when she's talking too much. Okay. You don't have a backbone. Okay. You hear her get one attitude, you're like, what's wrong? You got to constantly, be a man. You have things to do. You have duties as a man. No one cares, okay, about you as a man. If you fail, that's on you. You got to figure it out, man. Nobody's coming to save you, okay? You don't have time to be catering to chaos, which is what a woman is. You know, and women have their place in life. They have a beautiful position. But if you put chaos and it's not contained, it's going to destroy things, man. And this is what you have. This was done intentionally by the wicked, man. As it says in Jeremiah 31, behold, the days come when a woman shall encompass a man. All right? Why would that be? Because he knows letting a woman play out of order will destroy you, man. As great as a basketball player as Steph Curry is, for example, right? You got 5 positions on the NBA team. As good as a basketball player that he is, he knows how to play all the positions. But if you play Steph Curry as a center when he's a guard, okay, he may win a few games throughout the season, but when he gets to the playoffs, y'all not going to win, man. No matter how good of a guard Steph Curry is, he's not designed, he's not made, I should say, to play center at that level, okay? So it really just boils down to playing your goddamn position, man. All right, this is basics. We shouldn't have to tell you this, but since we're at the time where you can't be told nothing, now the Lord got to show you, man, okay? Who will be the prize when the things are all said and done? The elect men of Israel, man, okay? That's who's going to be the prize, not a Christian, okay? Not some prepper that's got a bunch of animals saved up and stockpiling food. The entirety of America will be gone when the Lord is done with this place. That's how angry he is, okay? And if that doesn't scare you, then physical judgment will, okay? Because the Lord will visit this place, and he's almost back. So I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Ba'Shem Rachad B'dah Shalom. Kwam Yasharal.